back with the flash. I finished the chest logo, painted it white, and then retouched areas that didn't quite get covered by the masks with a paintbrush, both red and yellow. I mean red and white. And although it's not perfect, it's pretty good, and I'm very happy with it. Now I'm in the process of masking the face, which is the last part. And that will be tedious, but it's obviously necessary. The eyes will be the most difficult part. Anyway, I'll be back with that when I'm finished with it, and I'll show you guys. Talk to you soon. Alright, so I've gone ahead and painted his face. Let me show you. I masked off everything with tape and used the same techniques as with Superman, using the scale 75. I used pink flesh and regular flesh, spraying from down to up, and then I used some darker shade to give him some shading. Then lightened up the chin, the nose, and the eyelids. And after I dried, I retouched areas where I might have oversprayed, or the masking didn't cover quite right. Fixed up all those little boo-boos, and then I went ahead and used some Tamiya white to paint the eyeballs. Now I'm getting set to mix a wash of pink, as I did before, and here's the pink. I'll throw it in the Tamiya thinner, making it very dilute, so it's just a thin wash, and I will vaguely touch each eyeball to give it sort of a pink tinge, very light, almost not noticeable, but so it goes to the edges. And then I'm going to leave it alone, let it dry overnight, and come back and choose the right size eye decal, and go ahead and glue those on, and I'll call this puppy done. The base has already been painted, and I can go ahead and get it and show you guys what I did. Tried to get creative with it. Let me get it right now. I was basically trying to make it look like a rocky outcropping. Not sure if I achieved it. Sort of strange, it looks almost alien. But that's alright. Let me show you here. Now what is this white stuff? I'm going to have to retouch that. So I laid down some maroon, Spies maroon, and then over it I stained with assorted oil colors of dark mud, light mud, grass green, and olive green to simulate moss, I guess, and other incendurous growths on the rocky outcropping. There's the signature by the artist. And then I sprayed it with the Krylon matte. After I let it dry for a couple of days to get these oil paints to get sealed in, because I tell you, they're like paste, like toothpaste, and they don't dry very quickly, especially if you lay them on thick. So I laid that in, and this is what I got. It's alright, it isn't my best work, but I think it looks alien enough, it looks cool, and it contrasts nicely with him. He'll be sitting on here. He'll look pretty cool. So I'm almost done. Almost finished with this guy, and I have to say I love the color contrasts. Obviously red and yellow really bounce off of each other. but he's looking cool, really cool. And these skin paints, scale 75s, they are expensive for the size. They don't provide a lot, but I have to admit that they do simulate the color of skin pretty nicely. A hell of a lot better than I could have come up with by mixing stuff. So I'll continue using them. I might give the Vallejo ones a try also. I hear they have some pretty good ones. There's a couple others out there. I'll play around with some of them and see. The key is mixing them and thinning them correctly. They're very easy to over thin, and then they just don't spray on the model very well. But I've got some models coming up that'll have a lot more skin showing, so it'll be very challenging to paint those models. Anyway, almost done with this guy, and I'll show you when I finish. Talk to you later. Okay, the Flash is done. This is my finale video. I have completed him. Last night I painted the eyeballs, and today I placed the decals on and placed Microsol on them, and then after it dried I placed Future, and then I finally hit them with a coat of the Krylon satin to give them just a little shine. It's still kind of recent, it'll dry up. And then I mounted them on the base. That's just mounted on the screw, I haven't glued them. And as you can see, it works. There's his face. His eyes looking right at you. Color combination works well. Krylon kind of had a weird reaction with the resin here. I'm not sure what's going on. It actually enhances the seam a little bit after I'd knocked it down. But at this stage, I'm not even going to worry about it. Hopefully after it dries, it'll attenuate a little bit. I could try and spray it a little bit more to smooth it out some. But again, I don't think it's a big deal. It's a very dynamic model. I love the color combinations. I knew I would. You can't go wrong with red and yellow. They contrast off of each other. That's why the character is so colorful. The scale 75 paints for the faces worked perfectly, just like with Superman, so I'm getting more and more confident using them. And he's ready for display. I'll just leave him here to dry a little bit and put him on my shelf. Anyway, that's the Flash. Hope you enjoyed the build. Thanks for watching, and talk to you later.